Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be showing you the most important tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy M20. By the way guys, in this video I'll be just talking about the tips and tricks. I won't be covering all the features. So if you want to know about all the features offered by this phone, check out my video on best features. Link will be in the description. Now with that said, the first thing that I want to show you is how to enable full screen mode for apps like YouTube and other games. For a quick reference, this is a YouTube application, and while playing a video, you can do this pin gesture to go full screen. Now right out of the box, you will be seeing a black bar near this notch. So if you want to remove the black bar on YouTube or other applications, this is what you need to do. First, you need to go to settings and then select display. In this section, select full screen apps. And these are all the apps that are currently installed on your phone, and you have the toggle on the right side. So just enable the toggle for all the applications that you want to use full screen, like YouTube and other games like Asphalt 9 and Modern Combat 5. As of now, for some reason, we can't hide the notch in PUBG, but with a future update, we might be able to do it. Now going on next, I'll show you how to use split screen mode on this phone. Now there are many ways to do it, and the default one would be to go to the recent apps page and then click this button over here to open the current application in the split screen mode, and you can select the secondary application from the list over here. Now once you have selected your secondary application, you can click this button over here for additional options. First one is to swap the first and second application, and the last one is to close the last application. Now let me just open it up once again. Now at the center we have another option which simply opens the current application in a floating window like that. So there you go, this is the pop-up multi-window. You can resize it and move it around. Personally, I would suggest you not to use this feature because it is resource intensive and it might make your phone slower. Usually on most phones, we can simply press and hold the recent apps button to open the current application in split screen mode, but that doesn't work on this phone, at least right out of the box. So to enable that shortcut, you need to go to settings, then select advanced features. Now from here, select multi-window, then enable the first toggle. Now once you do that, you can long press the recent apps button to open the current application in split screen mode, and once again, you know the jargon. Going on next, we also have something called pop-up view action. So once you enable this feature, you can swipe down from the top left or right corners to open the current application in a floating window in that way. So as I've said you earlier, this is a super fancy feature and Samsung is the only one that offers you this feature. But as I've said you, it is resource intensive and it might slow down your phone. So make sure you disable this option and don't use that feature. Now coming back to split screen mode, this is a super awesome feature, but still there are applications that do not support this feature. So if you want to use all applications in split screen mode, this is what you need to do. First, you need to go to settings and then enable developer options. For that, go to settings, then select about phone, then click software information, then click the build number 7 times. Once you do that, developer options will be enabled. Just go back a step, then go back to settings and you have the developer options over here. Just open it up and scroll all the way to the bottom and make sure you enable force activities to be resizable and restart your phone. And then you will be able to use almost all the applications in split screen mode. Now going on next, I'll show you a super handy fingerprint gesture. So to enable that, go to settings, then select advanced features and enable this toggle. Now this phone has a fingerprint scanner on the back, and to pull down the notification bar, you can swipe up or down on this fingerprint scanner after you enable this toggle. So we can do that and the notification bar simply slides down. Personally, this is one of my favorite features on this phone. Now going on next, I'll show you how to take a screenshot. Like on any other Android phone, if you want to take a screenshot on this phone, press the volume down and power button both at the same time. Once you do that, your phone will take a screenshot. Usually on other Samsung phones, you can also find the long screenshot option, but that's not available on this phone. Now going on next, we have another super shortcut which is pretty unique to Samsung phones. So to enable that, go to settings and then select advanced features and enable this toggle that says swipe to call and send message. Now once you enable this toggle in the default phone dialer, swipe right on a contact or a call log to call them, swipe left to send a message. This is a super awesome shortcut, and as I've said, only Samsung has it. Now going on next, I'll show you some super handy shortcuts in the default camera application. So this is the camera application and you have a toggle at the center to switch between the primary camera and the wide angle camera. Just click that and your phone will switch the camera. Now going back to the primary camera, to switch between the top modes, you can simply swipe left or right on the preview window And if you swipe up or down on the preview window, it'll switch between the front and rear cameras. This is also a super convenient shortcut. Next, you can swipe on the shutter button like this to pull up a floating button. Now this button is just like the shutter button. You can click here or here to take a picture. You also have the palm gesture. It is enabled by default, and if you want to enable it manually, just go to settings and then enable this toggle. Now once you do that, you can simply show your palm to take a picture. There you go. So it works both for the front and rear cameras. Now if that's a bit hard for you, you can always press the volume up or down buttons to take a picture. It works for both the front and rear cameras. By the way guys, whenever you switch between the front and rear cameras, you can see a nice animation over here. So there we go. That's the animation. And there's no option to enable it or disable it. It is enabled by default. Now going on next, I'll show you how to record calls automatically on your phone. For that, open your phone dialer, then go to settings and then select record calls. Now once you enable this toggle, all the calls that you get or make will be recorded automatically. Now going on next, I'll show you how you can change the default applications. For that, let's go to settings and then select apps. Then select the settings button here or the menu button, then select default apps. Now from here, you can change your default browser, say let's set it to Google Chrome or UC browser, whatever you want to use it. You can also change your default SMS application, phone dialer, and even your launcher. So if you don't like the Samsung launcher and want something like Nova launcher, you can install it and change it from here. Going on next, if you want to display the battery percentage on the status bar, you need to go to settings, then select display, then select status bar and enable this toggle over here. Now for the final tip, if you want to hide any of these applications in the app launcher, this is what you need to do. Simply do a pin gesture and then go to settings, and you have this option to hide apps in your default launcher. Now this trick works only in the default launcher, and if you try to install any third-party launcher like Nova launcher, you can still see those hidden applications, and you can also find them in the Play Store. So that's like a small con with this feature. So guys, these are all the most important tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy M20. Honestly, this is truly a killer phone, and for the price it's offering a lot of things. But in terms of software features, it is definitely missing some important features like long screenshot, which is available on other Samsung J series phones. Anyway guys, this is still a killer phone, and most of the software features that are missing on this phone aren't that important either. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and make sure you check out my video on best features. Link will be in the description. If you're planning to buy this phone, please use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter, and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.